Hey there, welcome back friends. In this video we will talk about status codes. Now definitely status code is a response from the server, and by taking help of status code we can understand what exactly happened when we requested server. Alright, so first of all let us understand the categories of a status code. So whenever we like a request server, a server can in turn give a response, and the response will definitely have one of the status code, and these status code can be categorized into 5 broad category. Now when it comes to category, the first digit of the category will specify the type of the status, type of the code. The first category of code is informational, then we have success codes, redirection code, client error code, and finally we also have server error code. Alright, so now moving forward, let us try to understand the informational code. What is informational code? As the name suggests, the server is providing some information to the client, and this applies that the request has been received and processing is continuing. Some of the popular code are continue, 100 continue. This means that server has received the header and client should now send the body of the request. Alright, then we also have 102 processing, which means that the server has received the request and the processing is ongoing. Alright, so these two are the popular informational code. There are many more. Likewise, the second category is the successful category. Now definitely success code is specifying that the operation was successful, and this applies that the server has received, understood and accepted the request. Again, here are two popular codes. First success code is 200 OK. This is the standard response, a standard successful HTTP response. Then we also have the 201 created code, which means that the request has been fulfilled and a resource is created. Now moving forward, we have the redirectional code. This means that a further action is needed in order to complete the request, and the further action can be on different URI. Alright, here are couple of popular redirectional code. First one is 301 moved permanently. This means that the resource has been moved to some other location. Then we have 304 not modified code, which indicates that the resource has been modified since the version is specified in the request header. This means that in the header we also have the last accessed information, and based on the last accessed information there is no modification made on the server for the specific resource. Alright, now moving forward, let us check the client error code. Now the client error code usually deals with the data format, and let us check couple of the famous and couple of most popular client error code. First one is 403 forbidden. This means that the request was valid but the server has refused the action. In other words, we can also say that we are a logged in user but we don't have proper permission to perform the action. Then we have the 404 not found error. This is the very famous error, possibly a known error to you as well. This means that the requested resource could not be found and may be available in future. Now moving forward, let us check the last category, which is the server error category. This means that the server failed to fulfill a valid request. Again, let us check couple of popular codes which are available. First one is 500 internal server error. This is the generic server error message. Then we also have 503 service unavailable error. This means that the server is currently unavailable. Alright, so these were the broad categories of status code, and with couple of famous and popular codes. Now definitely the list of status code is huge, and you can definitely research more by simply googling HTTP status codes. Alright, now moving forward, let us quickly try to understand what could be possible status code when we perform CRUD operations. For example, we perform read operation and the possible status are success, not found and failure. When it comes to read operation, if the operation is successful, then the code could be 200 OK. If the operation is not found, the URI is not found, then we can return 404 not found status code. And finally, if there is a failure, then we can return the generic server error code, which is 500 internal server error code. Likewise, if we are performing the delete operation, if the operation is successful, we can definitely return 200 OK or 204 no content status. 204 no content status code means that the operation was successful but there is no content to return. Then we have a not found URI error. If the URI is not found, then definitely we can return 404 not found error. And finally, if the operation of delete is failure, then we can definitely return 500 internal server error. Finally, let us also check the create operation. If the create operation is successful, we must return 203 created status code. If there is data related error, then we should return 400 bad request code. And finally, if the create operation is a failure operation, then we can return 500 internal server error code. Now, what would be the codes when we perform update operation? If the operation is successful, then we will return 200 OK. If the error is because of data, if there is a data related error, then we must return 400 bad request response. Finally, if the operation is not found, if the URI is not found, then we must return the status code as 404 not found. And if there is a generic failure from the server side, then we must return 500 internal server error. Alright, so this was a quick high level explanation of a status code, HTTP status code, and that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you in the next video with some new information. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, and take care.